Welcome to episode 4 of Beyond Zero's podcast. Coming up.
Like when this matter became very pressing now, to a point that now I was now suffering, not now, but it was something that was now getting out of hand. My gender dysphoria, it was like, it was very messy. So it got to a point where I find myself in Bloemfontein. I'm unemployed. All the people that are familiar with how I feel, they're all the way in Joburg. There's nothing that I can do. I can't
township. Keep like Dillsville is very small township. Got like and
it's like it's the only one.
But I was just going step by step. Man, this is not enough. Then I get Bloemfontein. I gained my self-confidence like nobody's business. The organization said body keep up hub.
I wouldn't know the medical term of it right now. I'd have to read it up. To put it in simple terms, I'd say it's you not relating to the biological body that you have. I can't stand naked in front of the mirror and look at myself and feel like
and be okay with it.
I'm happy with everything that I got. No. There's a lot that I see that's wrong. That doesn't feel like
this stigma. Hey, bona, what, you understand?
Yes.
But
does that affect you?
It used to, not now. Not now, my darling, never.
I say me.
They're having like serious problems, and it's just a matter of you coping with what you are being handed with, and also so that you know how to interact with other people and also how to counter.
Oh, makeup on. I'll be like, oh, Mudimu.
That we also have to understand it has nothing to do with your attraction, but how you are identifying. So I can be a trans woman, identify as a trans woman, and date a woman, a female. So being trans has nothing to do with gay, or that is just me. I simply feel like I'm the body that I'm born in.
Today we will be unpacking the importance of psychosocial support with Yaya Mavundla.
The Unmute Me program dedicated to addressing the healthcare disparities and discrimination faced by the transgender community. Unmute Me connects transgender individuals with free, confidential, and non-judgmental healthcare support, while also raising awareness on fostering acceptance through reliable experiences in South Africa. The program provides a comprehensive and integrated peer-led HIV, TB, SRHR packages for transgender people. In today's episode, we're going to be focusing on the benefits of psychosocial support and referral services provided through the Key Pop Hub and Helpline Center. My name is Yaya Mavundla, and I'm coming to you live from Bloemfontein, and I'm with beautiful guests here. And I think before we even start, it's so important that we give people an idea of who we are, and we say our pronouns. And I will start with myself. My name is Yaya Mavundla, and my pronouns are she and her.
Hello, my name is Khomojo. I identify as her and she.
Hi guys, my name is Neo. I identify as he, him.
Okay, guys, now my name is Spula. My name is Matibela. I identify myself as he, she, whatever. Go on.
It doesn't matter. No, I nearly said, oh my gosh, you remind me of my ex, but no, you don't. I'm going to start with you, KG. How comfortable are you with discussing the conversation that we are having today?
I'm quite comfortable because it's quite important to talk about psychosocial support, especially for our TG community, because we find that they find themselves quite marginalized. People are having problems, they're struggling alone, and they don't have people that they can go to and talk to.
Interesting. Neo?
I mean, awareness should always be a thing. So it's very important to have these conversations in such a way that people are comfortable, not in a demeaning way, and also for other people who don't know what's going on. It's an opportunity for them to always learn, and equip themselves and know what's going on around them and with everyone else. So it's very important.
Pule.
I was just say it's very much important who we get among who you are, and then le batho ba ileng gore o phela le bona go community ya gago, they must know you who you are. Re tlwale go iphitlha. Gone are those days gore re tlwale re nne re ntse re iphitlha and stuff. Now go betere organizations like Tholana Molemo, Rainbow Seeds, they are there to help us gore re kitse re eme kae, and that's it.
And I think how important it is, I think it's so exciting to always learn from or hear from people that look like yourself, that you can relate to. And I think you guys are such a perfect match because, everybody that is going to be watching can really say, I'm seeing a person that looks like me, that, that identifies myself. So for those that don't know, can you guys explain what is the psychosocial support is and why is it important for the transgender community?
Okay, so in simple terms, psychosocial support is counseling. Counseling for transgender people. Like I said before, it's quite important because we're not saying that the transgender people are the ones who per se have problems with their identity, but the community, we find that they are being discriminated against, they are being marginalized, they cannot access services such as at clinics or even in schools, in workspaces. If I'm identifying as a male and I'm born female, the uniform that we must wear,
in school, and you see a lot of those cases. Hey?
It's quite problematic. Yes.
For you,
I'd say
no.
I'd say it's very important because, like, just adding on to her point, especially when it comes to things like your workplace, it's quite depressing for you to know that, okay, this is how I identify, this is how I'd like to be seen, and then you find people that are still making a mockery out of it. So it's the challenges that's one we have to deal with in a way. I don't know how, but we still, that's why we have things like your Keep Up Hub, where you can come and speak to your counselors and explain to them the situation at hand, so that maybe they can sit down and try and find things like your campaigns, where they can go out to people and teach people about the transgender community at large. Yeah.
So with that said, how would you then say psychological support enhances overall healthcare outcomes for transgender communities?
You know what? Mental health is quite important. If you're not coping mentally, I think everything else just trembles. If emotionally I'm not okay, other aspects of your life will be affected as well. So once you are emotionally, we say that you can cope with the problems, the challenges that you're coming across. You have a support system, because it's not always that you will cope with what you have, but the kind of support that you have around you is what's going to enable you to, like, on a day-to-day basis, that you can cope with your daily tasks.
So true, because I'm thinking as you speak of when you really are dealing with something on your own. It's so difficult to just navigate anything in life.
Messy.
Like at work, it becomes a mess.
Yeah.
It's home, it becomes a mess. Your relationship crumbles.
It's messy because now you locked into your head, right? There's limited solutions in your head. There's so much that you can think of with the problem at hand. So it's easier when you've got people that you can reach out to and tell them, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. This is how can you advise me on that?
Definitely.
Or who do you know that I can speak to that can help me with the issue at hand? Yeah.
That is so great. So now, tell us more about the key Pop Hub and the healthcare center, and also the services that are offered there, and where are they, and whether they're free or people pay. What happens when you get there?
Okay, so the Keep Up Hub is our center here. You find it at Medistat. Medical suites. Keep Up Hub is free. All the services that we offer here are free. We offer services to our key populations, be it our transgender people, our MSM. We offer HIV and AIDS counseling, testing services. We offer PrEP. We offer counseling services, whether it's family associated problems. We also assisting our transgender people with linking them for gender affirming care. So we do assessments for that as well.
That's so great. Because, one would think because it's in Bloom, so such services are like not available. I need
guilty.
to get into the
I'm
city.
very
You
much
are guilty for
yeah.
that.
I spent a lot of time in Joburg due to school and work and all of that. So Bloom is home, So I used to, like when this matter became very pressing now, to the point that now I was now suffering, not now, but it was something that was now getting out of hand. My gender dysphoria, It was like, it was very messy. So it got to a point where I find myself in Bloemfontein. I'm unemployed. All the people that are familiar with how I feel, they're all the way in Joburg. There's nothing that I can do. I can't always call people. I need to find a solution to this issue at hand. And that's where this wonderful place stepped in. I was invited to the launch. Luckily, they had put up posters on social media. That's how I got exposed.
I was
to
about
it.
to ask, how
Yeah.
did you find out about it?
Social media, the power of social media is very, it's underrated and it's a thing. It's big. So I got to see the invitation. I took it very light. I was like, okay, let me just go and see what's going on. Kanti, when I get here, this is all the help that I need.
That you needed.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I really did it. I don't want to lie. I really did it. I got here. I spoke to people that assured me that I was not crazy, number one. Number two, that my feelings were valid.
Which I think a lot of people need to hear
Yes.
from people, especially
Yes,
people
yes.
that you love, to say,
Yes.
you know what?
So it was really, it's been a journey. It's been great. I've done so many things here, things that I didn't even think that were possible, So it's a beautiful experience. It's my new home.
Same to me. One thing, ne? I'm from a township. Dillsville is very small township. Got like, like,
And it's like it's the only,
yeah,
the only one.
but I was just going step by step. Man, this is not enough. Then I get Bloemfontein. I gained my self-confidence like nobody's business. The organization said body keep up and I'm so I can't.
Another thing that I would really like to add on to, which for me personally, I feel like it's a blessing that other people don't really have. I've got a very supportive family.
That is amazing.
My mom is very supportive. My little sisters, they're very supportive. With this whole journey of transitioning, they always get it wrong because they used to refer me in a certain way, referring to me in a certain way, But they're quick to
call themselves out and
to
say, hey,
fix
by
the
the
mistake.
way,
Hey, I'm sorry,
this
I
is
didn't
where
mean
we're
it like
at
that,
now.
Not that they don't want to tiptoe or anything, but for me personally, it shows that, hey, these people are really supporting me. They really want to be part of it. They really
and are willing to
involved.
learn and want to transition.
Yes, like they're really involved.
So important.
They incorporating it's into a lot of things that we do together as a family. It's beautiful, and hence I'm saying it's a blessing. Not everyone gets to experience that. I'm blessed in that aspect. However, we do have this beautiful place where we've got our social workers, our counselors, our nurses.
They're doing so amazing.
If you're not getting that from home,
at least
this can be your home.
This could be your home.
This
You spoke of something like I think it's so important for many of us. I mean, I myself, for a longest time, I didn't know what was that.
Yeah.
Gender dysphoria.
Yeah.
For one that doesn't know what is that, so how would you explain it? But how also do you navigate yourself around it?
Gender dysphoria is, to put it in simple terms, I wouldn't know the medical term of it right now. I'd have to read it up. To put it in simple terms, I'd say it's you not relating to the biological body that you have. I can't stand naked in front of the mirror and look at myself and feel like
and be okay with it.
I'm happy with everything that I got. No. There's a lot that I see that's wrong. That doesn't feel like it belongs. So that's where it starts now being an issue in a sense that, for one, I'm not comfortable with my top part. Like I feel like it's just like I don't know how to put it, how to explain it. Like
Like it's shameful to you.
Yeah, it's
in
like
a way.
it's a mold that's just sitting there, and I don't know what to do with it. You know what I mean? Now that it gets to a point where you start thinking of things like, what is it that I can use to cover up? You know, that's
Can
when
I self-medicate?
Yeah,
Maybe
that's when you
it's gonna
go.
be
That's when you
better.
go to your mom's medical cabinet and you come back with the bandage and you start sitting down and you wrapping your chest up because you want it as flat as it can get. You know, that's gender dysphoria, and just looking at yourself and not loving what you see and not relating to it in any way.
Would you say you've ever also felt the same at some point, and how did you navigate around it if you did?
Nah, ke feel like I ke chaba nna mo spilling ntho e ntenang hela mo go nna. Ke yone le ntenang ka ra ke se ka kgaola or something. O go re go monate man, but go tla nna sharp.
No,
Yone
yeah,
le
go ba
ntenang
sharp.
yo ya go tla nna sharp sisi. Plus yeah.
I mean, as a trans woman myself, I get what you are talking about when it comes to private parts. It happens a lot where you are frustrated about it. You are thinking to yourself, what can I do so that it disappears? What can I do so that I don't find myself having to explain when I meet somebody? That's by the way. But again, the fear for me of having to go under the knife is another thing. Is it something that's also maybe that you face?
What I can say, ke face only what I can do for it is kaya bonala tata. Like most of the time I get a bit of we were even a stress oh get what the ranyan come fan understand even no stories no se tlhaloganye and we batho ba re sheba o le gay what and batho ba batla go sheba eng ntho e gong mo boding ya gago remember that so nna ha ke apara most of the time ke rata go
Yeah.
just ke tsenyela mo gare go nne comfortable fela batho ba ska ba bona cause batho ba latela di errors mo bathong.
Would you then say if you had completely transitioned medically and went through surgery, would you then feel differently?
Yo, gonna feel so different. It's gonna be like more comfortable.
But in terms of like family and friends and its work, how will that be?
Family yaka bone, they support me from day one. Since day one, bone, I don't have any problem with them. My friends, le bone ban support, and I also do have straight friends. Le bone ba support. It's still fine. But it's sometimes more how like mojung molong. Khontuna le batho ba re this baba naning stigma. Hey, bona, what, you understand?
Yes.
But
Does that affect you?
It used to, not now. Not now, my darling, never.
I say me.
Le
Sometimes even when I'm at the mall and people don't look at me, I feel like today you're not gay now. Today you're not doing it. You know, like I they tried to make it look bad, and then I took the bad energy out of it and I made it a positive energy. I worked with it. It works for me. If you're not looking at me, it means I'm not gay now.
Yeah.
I'm so curious though, if let's say you are in a relationship and then you undergo surgery and then your partner starts seeing the person that they are not used to. Is that not one of the fears that you might have to say, what if this person then leaves because this is the body that they are seeing now that they are not used to?
I mean, my girlfriend is very comfortable with who I am. And to a point that from the get-go, from the start of the relationship, I've never had to explain my pronouns, or anything. I get referred to the way I am.
That is so nice.
It's so beautiful.
That is so refreshing to hear.
It's a beautiful experience. I don't know, man. She treats me like the man that I know I am. It's beautiful. So sometimes it's because she took the initiative and the time to learn,
to teach herself.
Yeah, to learn about it and to make sure that she's equipped in that sense, so that her anale mutuahai doesn't feel any less of a person. You know what I mean, or any less of who they are in actual sense. So it's important. I always tell her, I wish you could teach people how you think.
How you think,
if
how to behave.
If that was a thing, a lot of people would be very far right now, as far as transgender transitioning
I'll say you are the few of the lucky ones. KG, I want to know, most of the trans people that you come across every day, what are some of the experiences or difficulties that, you'd say they face and, you see them like go through, and that really bothers you as somebody that, who's an ally, I would say?
Yeah, I think also that discrimination is part of it. It's quite a huge portion of it, that you can't just walk around, be yourself, be your authentic self that you know yourself to be, without people now staring at you, questioning as if you are choosing. And it's not a matter of you choosing to be female. Nobody's going to want to choose to be subjected on or being discriminated against. So I think mostly, and that's also where the gender dysphoria comes in. I have a client, quite a beautiful lady. When I look at her, I see a lady, but it's her social issues. It's a problem that she's facing. She cannot walk around without a mask, which is so sad, because now, and also it affects her socially as well, because now before she goes out, she must prepare herself mentally. She must, for the people that are going to be staring at her, she must prepare herself.
She dressed properly to please society, to say, oh my gosh, Lona, she doesn't look like the rest,
Yeah. So that's where I feel it's quite important. Psychosocial support, that's where it comes in. I think we are just minimizing psychosocial support to people having like serious problems. And it's just a matter of you coping with what you are being handed with, and also so that you know how to interact with other people, and also how to counter. Like what Neo is saying, that he feels that if people are not staring at him, like, no, that means I'm not being gay enough. That self-esteem.
That's self-esteem, that's true.
And you can have so much self-esteem, but if you are being poured on negatively over and over and over,
there's so much you can take.
Exactly, yeah.
Because I was about to ask, with all the things that you face in society, how does it really then, affect your mental health as an individual? Do you ever find yourself in a point where you really now want to stay at home and never like really leave because you are scared to say, if I go out there, I'm going to be judged, I'm going to be looked at, they're going to say I have beard, all those things that people pick on. Yeah. How does all those things really affect you as an individual?
Currently, the one thing that I think I have a problem with is people that are in my life but not in my life. People from my street, the younger kids. You know how kids are. Kids are very... kids are evil.
Yeah, no.
Kids are very evil.
I say
kids are very evil, So people like kids. I've got... kids love me. I'm surrounded by a lot of kids in my family who are already trying to establish, okay, now we're different. Already to them, that's like it makes their curiosity peak.
That's true.
Like they always have questions. Like they always want to know.
Like nasone bibe ha ke sa shave ditedu ba tla ba botsa oh makeup on I be like oh modimo tshantshana ke shave ya no gape le tlo go mona hana ditedu jalo o me gape like it's bana ba yang bana yeah.
So when you're dealing with like people like kids, you can never be too sure.
Yeah.
Or you can never say, okay, tabaka kya itseba. Because sometimes but like another perspective that you didn't look at it from.
Yes.
Like for instance, my nephew the other day, he was like, so Neo, please break this down to me. You say you're gay, right? And you are a woman biologically that's dating other women, right? Isn't that lesbian? I'm like, to a certain degree, yes, it is lesbian. But now I'm on the journey of transitioning and becoming a man. The other one steps in is like, but you're already a man. Like, what? Like, there's no difference between you and a man. Like, according to me, how I look at you. Wow. And now you have to sit down with them and explain that so that they understand and that they're cool with that. And also, there's other people, like I was saying to you, people from your street, people that grew up about Seba Ole, Osneo.
Yeah.
You know, now Chigi Chigi, you went to Joburg, you come back 10 years later and you've got beard. What the hell is going on? You know what I mean? Not that I care, but I respect them enough to just let them in. You know what I mean? Like, let them in and tell them, okay, this is what's going on. Only if you're willing to know. Because
I hear that though, but do you think then it is our issue that we need to then now again take to educate people like that?
No. It's not our issue, but it's a priority because now you are that they're talking about.
Okay.
You are the it that they're talking about. Now it's your job to make them understand. Now what's going on? I don't understand the fundamental of it, the groundwork of it, and everything else.
What do you then say to a trans person who hasn't really discovered themselves, but the kids in the street because they'd met a Neo, and then now they go to her or to him and say, you are a girl or you are a boy? Is it also their issue now to say, I need to go back and say, but I'm not?
You know, there's someone in my street who's actually a transgender. He's a trans man, you know. But the surrounding, he doesn't have the support from the family. They acknowledge him that, okay,
this is who you are. Yes, we hear you.
He or she is the way that's what they say. He or she is the way that they are, you know. But they're not sitting down with them and acknowledging what's going on. So I took the initiative of saying, hey, I can see the weight that this issue has on you. I can see how it's affecting you in terms of socializing, being out there, you know, with other people, doing your own thing. It's always hindering you. Like, it's always at the back of your mind. There's a place that I know that accommodates people like me and you, where you can go and sit down and talk to them and explain to them what's going on. And they will accept you, they will welcome you as you are, with everything that you come with. So, like I said to you, if you can,
but then how do we then even, because for me, I think spaces like these are important, not just to yourself and myself, but also to our families. How do I then start that conversation to say, hey, mom, hey, dad, hey, my uncle, there is a space that I know that, you know, called a K-pop hub that I could take you with and you could meet people like myself. How do you start that conversation with your parent? Do you want to take that?
I think sometimes I see must, man. I think if what's happening ka wena, I think it's not simple. It's less like that. But if you wanna tell them like place it's fine. But ha li bua sentle le motsadi a understand. Because motsadi a kere o rata bana ma gona motsadi o sa rateng ngwana gagwe. If motsadi a rata ngwana gagwe a batla go ema le ngwana gagwe a sa kgathalle gore mang o tlo reng mang ha tlo reng wa bua le yena mo ba fatshe a tlo understand more, because you know batho ba khala kere then bana sa understand more like this type, like we are not gonna understand more about this thing. Bone na botse le khala bana sa understand to such an extent no gonna understand. So it's much important understand what's happening and what's not happening.
I think it also stems from the kind of relationship that you already have with your parents. If you've never been able to talk to them about anything, trust me, you're not going to be able to talk to them about this.
Yes.
You know? But if you have a parent that you guys can talk to about anything, then it's much more easier. However, if you find yourself in a position where you need to find ways, because at the end of the day, this is your reality, right? And they need to know. You need to know that they support you. Like it needs to be out there. You know what I mean? So you need to find a way to tell them, to sit them down and tell them, hey, this is what's going on. If you don't understand, if I can't break it down for you properly, I can take you to a place where they can talk through you.
Understand more and more and more.
What's going on? What's the procedure? Who do I talk to? And all of that.
I like that. But I want to also ask to chat about the healthcare issues that a lot of trans people really face. And usually a lot of times a lot of trans people are scared to even like speak about anything when it comes to their health because of judgment within the trans community, of judgment now from the other LGBTI community who are not trans specifically, but also in society general, you know. How does one even begin to navigate that, to go and say, okay, fine, this is what I'm facing. I've just tested HIV positive, to the family, you know, to a friend. What can they possibly do for them to make sure that, you know what, somebody is able to listen?
I think having a close-knit support system, because in as much as, yes, I know most trans will have friends that are those that they vibe with, they go out with, but there should be those immediate people, like in your circle, the people that are very close to you, that you know that whether come push or shove, this is the person that I know I can talk to. I think it's just in general, in J, you need to have a group of people, not even a group, but a few people that you know that if I'm encountering some challenges, this is the person that I can call. If I have a certain problem, Neo is here, I can just call Neo and he will just be here for me. So I think